Hey guys, how's it going? It's the animeoveranalyst here, and in today's video I'm going to react to Diggz the Prophecy's Brook rap Resurrection. So, Brook is one of my favorite One Piece characters. In fact, he might be one of my favorite Straw Hats. And I just love his character a lot because he's an interesting character in the way that he had a really traumatic backstory in the fact that his entire crew died, and he couldn't die because of his devil fruit power, which is like this immortality almost, where it's like the soul fruit. And so he literally lived for 50 years on his pirate ship with his dead crewmates. And he has every right to be depressed. He has every right to be kind of angry at the world. And yet, he joins the Straw Hat crew and he's nothing but joy. He's so happy all the time. And I love him for that. I love his cheerful attitude because he doesn't have to be cheerful. He chooses to be a positive person. And I value that a lot. People who choose to be positive. And that's something different than people who are just positive by nature, and then because sometimes that's kind of an unconscious type of thing. They're just good because they want to be good. Brook chooses to be good, I believe, and I love that so much. So I'm really curious how Diggz, or what Diggs' take on Brook is. Before I begin, I just want to see who is credited. Produced by Kid Ocean, thumbnail by Koyomi Edits. Alright, I know it was a long intro, but I really wanted to explain why I love Brook. Let's jump into this. I wonder if we're gonna get some Bink Sake reference. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't. Or if we do.
All started in the middle of the scene, no news breaks. Left all alone, no crewmates.
Yeah.
Left to my own, I do ache. Left just the bones, I'm too late.
Left just the bones to ache. I like that whole like aching, I ache to my bones type of deal. Brook and his freaking puns. Death to my own, I do ache. Yeah, because like I said, his entire crew died. I'm going to be trying to get as many Diggz bars as possible. I know that he makes bars and bars and bars. And in fact, I know that this is one of his most favorite songs that he put out this year. At least the one that he's most proud of. And so I really, really want to take a look at this because, like I said, Brook's one of my favorite characters. So.
I do ache. Left just the bones, I'm too late. New soul for my fresh start. Just wait until it's not the best part. Devastated till the next start. Felt the pain with no red heart. Like, wait, can they just give me a break? Lonely and drifting away. Decades I think in this fade. A nightmare I cannot escape. I do what I cannot to break. The horrible feeling the shade.
I do what I can. I do what I can not to break. Just because, like I said, that whole mentality of him doing what he can to not become a huge mess. And man, I just love Brook so much because, like, you see him in the video doing all these goofy things because he's trying to cheer himself up because he's lonely through these 50 years. Like, think about that. Alone for 50 years, don't need to eat or drink or anything. He's just there and just with his dead comrades. Like, it's so sad. And nothing he can do about it. So I like the approach that he's going for this.
I do what I cannot to break. The horrible feeling of shade. Dreaming the music we play. But wake up to what they all love me.
You know, one thing that I was thinking about, and I know I'm pausing a lot, whatever. That normally when I hear like a flow that's very repetitious like that, I tend to get a little bit annoyed because I get kind of bored with it. But a little bit of that, I think, was on purpose because a lot of what he did is repetitious in that 50 years. I mean, he did a whole lot of nothing. There was a whole lot of nothing for him to do. So, in a way, I kind of like that repetition where, like, it's like the exact same flow over and over and over and over again, because that's literally his life, day in and day out. It's the same thing over and over and over again. So I like that kind of, and I have no idea if Diggz had that entire purpose or not. I'm maybe looking more into it than I should be, but I like that idea.
Dream of the music we play, but wake up to what they all know about me, you and her, each new venture, see through pretenders, we true contend. What they know about we, who, them, sir, the crew, and dirt, treat, who, injured, seek truth, and what they know about me, you, him, her, each new venture, see through pretenders, we true contend. What they know about we, who, them, sir, the crew, and dirt, treat, who, injured, seek truth, and sir. Through the line, but I'm never giving up though. Said the only thing that I hunt for. Tools for the fam.
Soul, only thing I hunt for, which is interesting because he has like the soul fruit a little bit. Unless I'm getting the name of his fruit wrong, which is possible. But the whole idea of he's just trying to find meaning a little bit. And that's why when he became Soul King, it really hit hard, because he's very much into that whole music thing and expressing his emotions through that. So I really like that idea of that. Plus, the song Bad to the Bone is hilarious.
Almost driven insane. Know I'm due for a change. Pacing glued to my name. Finally a new game. Just like me, they all strange. Thankfully, they all came. Pull me out of my pain. R.I.P. to my shit pals. New crew, so I'm lit now. Know I'm repping my shit proud. Sing the songs, watch us get down.
Singing songs, watch us get down. Because that was literally his crew. His crew, his entire pirate crew was all music based. And, the whole story was, I was saying how far I could explain during the little beat break there. Basically, his whole deal with Laboon was that his entire crew kind of adopted Laboon the whale, and they sang to him. And then he made a promise with Laboon that he will come back to them, or come back to Laboon sometime in the future. Like, they couldn't take Laboon into the Grand Line. And then, you know, his whole crew died, and so he still hasn't forgotten the promise, but he feels for the whale as well. So there's even that connection there that I love so much. And like I said, it's all about attitude. Like, no, he's not as flashy as a lot of the other One Piece characters. He's nowhere near like the top and at least strength with like the monster trio. But it's how he carries himself that I love so much. And just his jovial manner, because he chooses to be jovial instead of being negative. That's why I love him so much.
What they know about me, you and her, each new venture, see through pretenders, we true contend. What they know about we, who, them, sir, the crew, and dirt, treat, who, injured, seek truth, and what they know about me, you, him, her, each new
that whole
venture,
episode with Big Sake is just rough.
True contend. What they know about we, who, them, sir, the crew, and dirt, treat, who, injured, seek truth, and serve.
Wow. Yeah. Great track. What a great track. And like I said, I love the appreciation to Brook being one of my favorite characters. So definitely liked it a lot. And I'm going to just comment, I love the attention you give to Brook. Such an... Is there an E in Brook? No. Such... I can't spell. An underrated character. Alright, well, that's going to be it for this reaction. Quick shout outs. I put out a podcast episode with Night of Breath yesterday. We talked about Saiki Kuso. So if you like Saiki Kuso, I definitely recommend checking out that podcast episode. And I've been doing some Nier Automata playthroughs, so if you're curious on my take on Nier Automata, I've been posting the playthroughs about probably 2 to 3 times a week at this point, because I've got so many. And I've been streaming that on Twitch, so follow me on Twitch, and we can watch me play some Nier Automata. And yeah, I mean, I'm doing a whole bunch of other videos that aren't nerdcore reactions, so I appreciate it if you can check out those videos, because I put in a lot of work in those type of videos. Anyways, with all that being said, I'm the Anime Overanalyst, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.